welcome to another Dalekcast. Our first question comes from, are you fear of analog horror, aka the no, I'm not really afraid of that creepy pasta Godzilla. How would you rate the series so far? This is from Boo Baker. It's been a while since I've seen you. Well, in order of episodes, I would have to put Star Beast at the bottom, because although brilliant episode, it had Donna and David back. I have to say, I felt the story kind of rushed a bit, especially when it came to like the Meep and that. The Meep was definitely a highlight of the episode. Definitely the Wrath Warriors were a little bit menacing, but up until the Meep revealed herself to be evil, or them. One thing that did kind of concern me is the whole like political correctness going on, especially when it came to the whole Rose being transgender and that thing. It did seem to be a little, I wouldn't say a little bit preachy, but a bit over-reliant, let's just say. I have to say, I didn't like the ending where they basically just said, oh, we'll let go of the Metacrisis energy since we basically had the whole build-up. Since I thought the series was just going to be about the build-up to, have Donna gets her memories back and that, but yeah, it's just like, it felt like sweeping things under the rug, even though that end of Journey's End was a masterpiece. Don't know why RTD decided to go back on that. So I'd rate that 6 out of 10. So for the next one, I would go with Wobbly Yonder. That's the next one. I would say, it definitely felt more RCD. Definitely felt more in character to what was different from the previous episode. It definitely showed basically how the relationship between the Don and the Doctor changed throughout those past years, and it definitely showed how the Doctor is still dealing with the whole Flux situation and the whole Metacrisis thing as well, and the Time War and all that jazz. It definitely tested the Doctor as a character, made him a bit more on ease after the whole situation with Gallifrey, the Timeless Child and all that stuff. Yeah, it definitely broke him mentally. I think the whole situation with whole clones having like long arms and that, although it was really good and very fitting with RTD, they did seem kinda goofy, not gonna lie, with the long arms and that. So I'd probably rate that like a 7.5 out of 10. No, not 7.5. 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. I'd rate that. Yeah. And then we move on to the giggle. It was good seeing Wilf again, so that was good. I think that was the end of Wobbly Yonder though, but it was good. I have to say, I liked the message better than the previous episode, aka the Star Beast. Yeah, I liked that one better because it wasn't like ham-fisted all the time. It was good to see the toy maker again, so that was good. I like Unit HQ. Unit HQ was good. So seeing them again. I am a bit concerned with a wheelchair lady. Yeah, she doesn't seem quite likable in my opinion. Yeah, and then, what next? Oh yeah, I know. The bioregeneration. Right, now this one. I am a bit... Well, after having seen the episode, I'm a bit mixed on the thing, because, Russell T Davies has stated that, apparently it's happened to all the Doctors, which I don't know why he said that. Maybe it kind of removes all the emotional weight that is built upon a regeneration and that. So yeah, because basically all the Doctors are still running around. Well, some of them, yeah. But yeah, it was a nice surprise, because I think basically he didn't want RTD and possibly David Tennant didn't want to do the same thing as they did before, with basically removing David Tennant out of the equation and just placing the shooter Gatwa. I think it works better because let's face it, people didn't want David Tennant to go in the end of time. So I think the bioregeneration actually works in the context of basically creating like another Doctor using biogeneration, so that David Tennant doesn't have to go, and maybe they might use him if, I don't know, Shitty Gatwa ends up getting destroyed or something, or maybe his regeneration doesn't work, so maybe David Tennant's works, and then I'm guessing that's what I'm thinking that could work like that. Next. I think, although I can see it working, the biogeneration, the two TARDISes, I'm like, it's, yeah, I don't know, it just feels like a substitute. It's like if you get like two TARDISes, it kind of acts like a... I'm worried that people are going to see this and like saying, that's not the Doctor, it's David Tennant is the Doctor, he's sitting in Donna's house and that, and and I'm worried people are going to be using that defense. So yeah, hopefully it is done well. Overall the episode, I would probably give it a maybe again maybe an 8 out of 10. Yeah, no, probably an 8 or 7.5. Yeah. The last one, Church and Ruby Road. Definitely is basically a fresh start. Still don't know why they decided to call it Series 1, because it kind of, I'm guessing it was Disney's decision to do that, which I still don't get why. Yeah, why didn't they just name it Series 14? It just seems kind of off for them to do something like that. Anyway. So yeah, I think it was very funny. I think Shooty and Millie Gibson, they definitely bounce off each other very well. The goblins were a bit goofy, but it was some fun entertainment. There were definitely some dark emotional moments, like when Ruby Sunday disappeared, and then the Doctor being all dark in that as usual. And I liked how it had like the secrets that the little secrets that RTD is putting in for like future seasons and that. But yeah, overall it was good. I enjoyed every second of it. It was definitely a lot more entertaining than some of the specials in the David Tennant 60th anniversary thing. But yeah, overall pretty good. Anyway, so our next question next is a brief overview on the classic Dalek designs. Yeah, I could do a video on that. Daleks versus Mechanizers sometimes, yeah, I'll probably do that. That'd be fun. Right, so we have some, video idea. Okay, so, can you call this episode Dalekcast, the 1991 Gulf War tank battle, and Indiana Jones? Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Apparently there's supposed to be a new Indiana Jones movie a while ago, but I didn't see it because let's just say that I'm not really an Indiana Jones fan. It was alright in the past, but then I kind of fell off on it when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came on. So yeah, not the best series in my opinion. I mean, Temple of Doom was alright, but yeah, I couldn't really follow most of the story. It wasn't my cup of tea, but it was alright, I guess. Anyway, let's have a look at them now. Okay, here is the video. Let us observe it now.
Stalemate.
Yes.
Leave us and return.
Okay, so our first video is called hold on. So our first video is called, before watching this, is called Doctor Who SFM Restoration of a Dalek Scene Recreation Redescription. Okay. So, this was made by Brit the filmmaker. It reads, Lady and gentlemen, welcome to what will henceforth be known as Paradigm Day. At 14 years since their debut story, Big Finish are bringing back the Paradigm Daleks as part of the 11th Doctor's audio series, Victory of the Doctor. To celebrate the momentous occasion, I'm dedicated today to this wonderful Dalek design that I got absolutely shafted by the show itself. And where better to start from the beginning, recreating the birth scene of Paradigm Daleks with my own twist, namely 2 new additions you'll see. few things worth noting about this recreation is that the SFM is that it was made in SFM, and I do not have access to the accurate models of the Dalek ship interior progenitor, so I kinda had to improvise and throw together whatever models I had there, but were close enough. Also worth noting the 11th Doctor model, while it is a version from the Adventure games ripped straight from the files, which does admittedly look good. I ported it to SFM via Gmod, so as I've no sodding clear on how to port those games into SFM, meaning the model has no face posing and has got some straight transparency issues going on with the skin. And don't even get me started on those weird AI generated looking fingers. This is why the 11th Doctor has been framed mostly from behind, with the head mysteriously out of shot. If the model was better, I would have done it differently. Still, this one was really fun to work with, aside from the logistics with the 11th Doctor model, but I'm really happy I finished it with the Paradigm Daleks working sim, whatever that could possibly be. I don't know, truthfully, happy Paradigm Day. Yeah, indeed, happy Paradigm Day. Let's observe it now. Credit will go to Brit the filmmakers on 6th of February. I probably should have reacted to this sooner, but anyway, let's observe it.
Extinction is not an option. We shall return to our own time and begin again. We have succeeded. DNA reconstruction is complete.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I can see what you mean. But yeah, we'll go to Brit the filmmaker. Let's observe it.
Observe, Doctor, a new Dalek paradigm.
Yes, a new Dalek paradigm. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, I have to say, although I kind of hate the Paradigm Daleks for their design and all, I have to comply. I don't know why the BBC decided to shaft them. As the Supreme, as the strategist, yep. Ah, the Eternal. Till this day, no one seems to know what the whole goal of the Eternal was, but wait, I know that design anywhere. Wait, is that from the Eternity Clock? No way, they threw the guy from the Eternity Clock. Ah, now that's a face I've not seen for some time. The geneticist. I remember you.
The progenitor has fulfilled our new destiny. Behold, the restoration of the Daleks.
Impressive.
The resurrection of the master race.
Cool. Ah, yes.
All hail the new Daleks! All hail the new Daleks!
Yes, all hail the new Daleks.
You are inferior.
Yes. Yes, well, they were also inferior, so I had to exterminate the paradigm myself. Well, not exactly me, but the Prime Minister just ejected all of them out of the airlock. Yes, prepare.
We are ready. Cleanse the unclean. Total obliteration.
No.
Disintegration.
Don't do this! No!
What did you do to the ones who mess up?
You are the doctor! You must be exterminated! Impressive. Impressive, I liked that. That was really good. Anyway, we have this next video. Apparently it's an Indiana Jones stop-motion animation made by Spellbricks. Apparently, yeah, it's a Lego stop-motion animation. Apparently, it involves sound effects from flight to by photos and Spitfires. So all credit goes to them as well. And yeah, all credit go to Spellbricks for making this video. Let's observe it now. Sky Sports Tennis. No, I don't want Sky Sports Tennis. Let's observe. So yeah, I don't exactly know what's going on here. I'm assuming this is taken from the movie The Last Crusade, which is another thing with the whole situation regarding the. Yeah, this is another like a recreated scene from a movie or something. Let's observe. Ah yes, I remember this. Although wasn't his dad Sean Connery or something? Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, James Bond. I think this is before he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yes. Why did I have to put that memory back into your brains? I mean, it's alright. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is okay. It just seemed a bit weird. It's basically like an Avengers knockoff. Well done. Okay, what's that gonna do? Yep, he's gonna get destroyed. Good job. Good job. Anyway, so, okay, can we move swiftly on? Okay. So this next video is made about 5 years ago, and is about Lego. Is made by Lego Steven Spielberg. What? 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 Say what? Lego Steven Spielberg. Well, I presume you're not related at all to the real Steven Spielberg, but anyway, all credit will go to Lego Steven Spielberg. The video's called Don't Call Me Junior. Let's observe it.
What do the Nazis want with you, Dad? They wanted my diary. Yeah, I knew I had to get that book as far away from me as I possibly could.
God damn it, Sean Connery, why did you have to be why did you have to die? Yeah. I think he might have died a while ago. God damn it. He's very good in this. I haven't actually seen his James Bond, but why did he have to pass away? He was a good actor. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
Dr. Jones.
That is.
I will take the book now. What book? You have the diary in your pocket. You don't. Do you think my son would be that stupid?
Yeah, indeed. Also, those uniforms definitely resemble a certain those are very realistic looking bad German suits.
Bring my diary all the way back here. You didn't, did you?
No.
You didn't
Ah,
take it,
damn it, you idiot.
You did. Look, can we discuss this later? I should have mailed it to the Marx brothers. Will you take it easy? Take it easy? Why do you think I sent it home in the first place? So it wouldn't fall into their hands? I came here to save you. Oh, yeah? And who's going to come to save you, Junior? I told you.
Damn. Damn, he's bad.
Don't call me Junior.
Damn, he's bad. Damn, I miss him. Damn, he's badass. Yeah, but yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Indiana Jones, so I don't really get most references, but let's have a look. But yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. He's badass. Anyway, let me just... Can I skip this thing? Okay. So this is another Yarn Hub video, and it's about 18 minutes long, and apparently it's about, I think it's another thing about the 20th century or something. Apparently this is the last tank battle of the 20th century. So it's in February 1991. Okay. The Republic Guard units have to defend a flank of the Iraq army in Kuwait. Okay. The Battle of the 73 Sting was named North, South, East. Okay, so this is during that war. So this is like a little bit before the 2000s, I assume.
Team, put on Sidewar off and make it loud.
It's the 23rd of February, 1991.
Shall we dance?
The 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment charges through the Iraqi border in Operation Desert Storm. Amidst the stampede of armor, Captain Herbert Raymond McMaster stands proudly atop his M1A1 Abrams, leading Eagle Troop into battle. After so much waiting, it's finally showtime. The column of American tanks drives into enemy territory with no resistance whatsoever. Defensive positions are being dealt with by other units, and the poor Iraqi conscripts surrender en masse.
Stop showing off.
The 2nd ACR even comes across a group of lone and unarmed Iraqis walking aimlessly across the desert. The men are surprised as the enemy cheers them on. They advance and maneuver nearly unimpeded for 2 full days. But that won't last forever. Somewhere out there to the east, the Tawakana Republican Guard lies in wait. A much more loyal unit that will not surrender so easily. The 2nd ACR are tasked with hunting them down. The men awake the following day to miserable weather. A sandstorm has rolled in overnight, greatly reducing visibility.
Holy shit! What beautiful weather! Scout, wanna go outside?
I'm good. Thanks.
Alright. How are the Eagles doing? Anyone?
Waiting for orders, sir. What's the plan?
Okay, here it is, gentlemen. In a moment, we will receive permission to carry the attack forward. We push to the 70 Easting.
Only 6 miles?
Yep, and don't engage. We find the enemy, we step aside, and allow the 1st Infantry Division and 3rd Armored Division behind us to take them on. Should be easy, but you know anything can happen. Stand by for orders. Out.
His men don't have to be told twice. The entire troop is itching for action. And sure enough, the go-ahead promptly arrives.
Battle stations. This is Black 6. The word has been given. Red 1, execute.
Roger 6, executing now.
I feel the need for speed.
You know that's $5 in the drink box for any film clubs.
Oh, come on. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yes, some of the Tom Cruise references. Oh yeah, that's right, Top Gun came out that time, didn't it?
The engines roar and whirl to life, and 6 M2 Bradleys from the 1st platoon drive past the line of Abrams, taking their positions in the front, as the entirety of the 2nd ACR moves through the sandstorm in a miles-long formation, pushing into the unknown. McMaster hunkers down, observing the battlefield with his thermal sight, but nothing appears. Suddenly, there are loud explosions up ahead. McMaster and the rest of his men sweep the area with their binoculars and thermals. There are no contacts, but they quickly find the source. It's airburst artillery exploding in the air and raining shrapnel all across the ground. McMaster doesn't need to say anything. All on their own, the Bradleys and Abrams break the line to drive around the area of impact. A sense of pride fills McMaster. His boys are acting exactly as they've been trained. The artillery is evaded, and the line reforms as they push on. It's not long before something else catches his eye. Figures emerge through the haze. Buildings. McMaster narrows his eyes, thinking, this village looks off. There's no farm, pen, or any type of infrastructure to sustain a home. This, he thinks, must be an Iraqi outpost.
Village, direct front. 1 round. Pete, at my command.
The loader slams a high-explosive anti-tank shell into the breach. The anti-tank component won't be of much use, but the explosives are exactly what they need.
Ready? Report.
The tank's massive 120mm gun aims square at the structures. But McMaster doesn't fire just yet. He waits as his line gets closer, looking for civilians. Up and down the line, the rest
gotta be careful of civilians.
So the tanks prepare to level the position, but still, they wait, for they see no evidence that the buildings belong to anyone at all. Suddenly, muzzle flashes shine from the windows, and low-caliber bullets start raining down on the armored vehicles.
Fire! Fire!
McMaster's Abrams opens fire with a thunderous explosion. The round flies through the air, its aim impeccable. It hits a wall and detonates, reducing the building to rubble. The impact marks the target for the 8 other battle tanks, and their guns aim at the same construction.
Ready? Fire!
The 9 Abrams fire almost in unison with a deafening blast. In an instant, the buildings explode into a cloud of rubble and dust, violently silencing the small arms fire. Meanwhile, on the very edge of their formation, Bradleys, Eagle 13 and 16 spot 2 Iraqi T-72s sitting in ambush with their thermal viewfinders.
Do we engage?
Chills travel down the spine of the vehicle commanders.
Why are they still? I don't think they see us.
Had the sandstorm not been covering their advance, they were unlikely to have won this showdown. But as it is, the enemy's lack of thermals keeps them blind in the storm, while the Bradleys can see them crystal clear. The Bradley's turret spins to face the enemy, a pair of TOW anti-tank missiles at the ready. The missile fires off its launcher, pulling a spool of wire along with it. From inside, the gunner keeps his crosshairs on the enemy tank, the computer guiding the missile through the wire and keeping it flying straight on the crosshair.
Good.
From the sight, it looks like licks of flame hanging in the air for a few fleeting moments. The T-72 detonates with force as its turret flies sky high.
Well done, nice shot.
The second Bradley fires off a second missile, aimed for the remaining enemy. The Iraqi crew barely reacted to the destruction of their companion. When they meet the same fate.
Damn.
The turret of this T-72 came off and was flipping like a bottle cap in the air, and when it landed, the whole thing burst into flames.
Holy moly.
I remember thinking, holy, how can a piece of metal burn?
I don't know.
The troop resumes the advance, leaving behind T-72 wrecks and the obliterated buildings.
2 enemy tanks on the left flank. Targets eliminated.
Good.
McMaster knows these 2 tanks couldn't be alone, and senses that they're about to find exactly who they're looking for.
Red 1, this is Black 6. Swapping to tank lead. I repeat, changing to tank lead.
Join large-scale battles with military vehicles. The online action game War Thunder has received
No,
a
there's
major...
already gonna be an advert about War Thunder
The Bradleys
later.
slow to a stop and allow the better armoured Abrams tanks to
If
go
you guys
first.
want me to have
They
a look at
form
War
into an arrow
Thunder,
formation, with McMaster proudly leading in the middle. They reach their target of the 70th Easting, but McMaster has
If
a
you want
small
me to have a
crest
look
up
at
ahead,
the
blocking their view.
War Thunder advert, okay then.
Stay behind.
In flat terrain like this, even small crests are crucial for visibility, so without orders, he pushes on just a little more. His Abrams climbs the hill and rolls over the top of the crest. Looking through his thermal sight, he watches as dozens of heat signatures come into view all at once. They instantly meet a wall of dug-in armor, trenches, and anti-tank weapons,
Damn.
all facing their advance.
Tanks, direct front.
Are you ready for battle? Show your skills in War Thunder, the sponsor of today's video. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, with more than 2,000 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships. Every vehicle is highly detailed and modeled. Play Abrams or choose any other vehicle that you like from War Thunder's massive catalog. Find your style with an in-depth customization system, providing hundreds of camouflages and more. With one of the most dynamic vehicle damage models, you will always stay in the heat of battle. Get into the battle now for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by clicking the link in the description. New players and those who haven't played in at least 6 months receive a large bonus pack on all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles, a premium account, and exclusive 3D decorator for your vehicles. Play War Thunder today.
Tanks, direct front.
It's a horrifying sight. The plan of not engaging the enemy has gone straight out the window.
Fire, fire, Sabo.
Heat already loaded.
The crosshairs immediately land on a T-72 1.4 kilometers away, and the Abrams fires the first shot of Battle 73 Easting.
Direct
But to
hit,
McMaster's
eh?
surprise, the giant line of Iraqi defense does not immediately retaliate.
What?
In the storm, the Iraqi tanks are completely blind and have no idea about the multiple Abrams actively rolling over their defensive embankment just a few hundred meters away. They scramble to respond, crews running for their tanks, diving into trenches, and fleeing to the rear. It's chaos.
Load Sabo. Up. Fire.
The armor-piercing,
good
thin,
job.
stabilized, discarding Sabo round fires off the Abrams barrel, the surrounding Sabo peeling off. Please support the channel, comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Releasing a massive depleted uranium dart, traveling at 1,575 meters every
that's
second.
fast,
It slams
boys.
square on the enemy, and it bursts into flames, cutting through the armor like butter and setting it aflame. McMaster continues to roll forward as the rest of his troop appears behind him. Abrams' tanks open fire indiscriminately as the T-72s start to fight back. Rounds crash into the earth and zip over the Americans' heads. McMaster's driver, Christopher Hedenskog, watches nervously out of the periscopes as he drives towards the enemy. He sees a muzzle flash from the front right, and a split second later, a round slams into the earth right next to their fender. McMaster's men see the strike, and fear he's been hit.
Black 6, are you hit? Black 6.
But then Skog spots a second T-72 emerging into the sights of their Abrams.
Hold on.
He turns hard to the left, throwing off everyone in the turret.
Damn, what the hell is he doing?
They gather themselves and resume their positions.
Are you okay?
McMaster takes a second longer. He's hit his head on the edge of the cupola, completely missing the radio transmission calling for him.
Black 6, do you copy?
With their leader in silence and seemingly having taken a second enemy round, desperate Red 1 takes the
What's
initiative.
happened?
This is Red 1. Black 6 is down. I'm
I
taking
think he
over.
might be
Follow
down.
my lead.
Listening to this on the radio, Skog calls for his commander.
Sir, get up on the net. Red 1 just took over.
McMaster realizes what's happening and is quick to clear up the confusion.
This is Black 6. We're alive. I'm retaking command.
Meanwhile, outside is a flurry of sand, smoke, and fire.
Good.
Enemy rounds
Yeah.
keep missing the Abrams as they charge through the desert. On the Iraqi side, everything is in pure
my
chaos. The Abrams roar past the shell-shocked Iraqis, firing round after round into the enemy armor. The Bradleys behind fire their cannons at trenches and infantry, struggling to distinguish between legitimate threats and defeated enemies.
Yeah.
Driver Matt Lee follows his unit under fire when a person appears in front of him. Lee slams on the accelerator and steers towards him. The Bradley barrels towards a soldier at speed. The Iraqi is completely disoriented from the darkness of the storm and smoke of the battlefield, unaware as his body rapidly fills Lee's thermal imager.
Oh dear.
The speeding Bradley roars by, inches from the enemy. Lee made a split-second decision and decided that this enemy was no threat. Elsewhere in the battle, the advancing line of Bradleys are suddenly met with a column of tracers.
Good
The
decision.
bright bullets ricochet everywhere, and two Bradleys focus on the source. A ZSU 23-4 Shilka anti-aircraft gun inside a bunker. They slow to a halt, and the first anti-tank missile rockets off its launcher, zipping across the battlefield. The anti-armor warhead detonates into the bunker, collapsing it.
Well done.
A second anti-tank missile
Good.
flies in moments after, slamming
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
ZSU
good.
and setting it alight. Across the line, the Bradley crews operate with incredible bravery. The missiles cannot be fired on the move, so Bradleys have to stop under fire to engage enemy armor. Eagle 31 comes to a halt while staring down the barrel of a reloading T-72.
Oh dear.
The American gunner fires off his missile and strikes the Iraqi tank, exploding it into a ball of flame, fractions of a second before it can do the same to the Bradley's crew.
Good.
Meanwhile, another Bradley, Eagle 36, have used up their pair of anti-tank missiles and are still stuck in the middle of heavy fighting. They need more if they're to have a chance against the dozens of T-72s still somewhere out there in the
I
dark.
see.
Tribble, give me some toes.
Scout
On it.
Michael Tribble takes a missile tube stowed in the rear and opens up the roof hatch to reload them.
I see.
Launcher is out of reach.
How's
Can you
how's
give me
he
the
gonna
turret
get
at
it?
5950?
Get there?
The turret needed to be rotated to 5950 mils to be able to reload from the hatch. Tribble hears the response.
Negative. We're stuck like this.
The commander can't
Yeah,
place
but
the Bradley in a
let's reset
reloading
it down.
position. They need the gun and armor facing the enemy. If Tribble's going to reload, he's going to have to go outside and do it. Tribble rushes out from safety. He can hear the hiss of rifle bullets zipping across the air, a few striking the Bradley's armor with loud clangs. But Tribble ignores it all. He discards the old tubes and casings and begins mounting the new ones. He hears the crack of bullets narrowly missing him.
Oh, yeah,
but he
good,
keeps his
good,
nerve
good,
at a
good.
time where a
Just
slip-up is the difference between life and death.
Indeed.
The missiles are reloaded, and Tribble returns to the machine shouting,
Done! Go! Go!
With that, the roof hatch closes
Yeah,
up,
good.
once more protecting Tribble from the chaos outside. The Bradley
Yeah,
again
you
lurches
just
to
saved
life,
the life.
charging for
You
combat.
just saved their lives, man. Man, these guys
Back at the
are
front, the
goddamn
battlefield
heroes.
gradually calms down. Bradley still fire their cannons amidst a flurry of small arms fire, clearing out trenches and destroying equipment as the platoon drives through the wrecks of the enemy. McMaster's executive officer comes on the radio, reminding him that 70 easting was the limit of advance, and they are way past it.
I can't stop. We're still in contact. Tell headquarters I'm sorry.
He cuts the transmission and returns to the task at hand. They've broken through their lines, but there has to be reserves somewhere in this storm. It doesn't take long for them to find them.
I see them!
He spots a group of enemy tanks with his thermal sights. 17 of them, all in a circle. They've attacked so fast the reserves haven't even had time to get out of their parking spots. McMaster orders all of the troops Abrams to bear.
Ready! Report!
Looks like we're gonna achieve victory.
They creep up on the enemy. He can clearly see an Iraqi tank commander standing on his hatch. The commander hears the Abrams and looks over his shoulder with an expression of utter horror on his face.
Fire!
In a flash, the strength of Eagle Troop is unleashed at the stationary targets. In just a minute, all 17 of the T-72 tanks are reduced to scrap.
Target destroyed!
The Bradleys in the rear continue to destroy enemy equipment and ammunition stashes, but the battle was effectively over.
Yeah, they...
Anxiously, McMaster got on the radio to ask one question he feared the answer to.
How many casualties?
Yeah.
No casualties to report. No casualties to report. No casualties to report.
They hadn't just won, they had crushed them. In just 23 minutes, this scouting force that wasn't even meant to engage the enemy had destroyed 50 T-72s, 25 armored personnel carriers, 40 trucks, and a multitude of other vehicles of the Tawakalna Republican Guard, without losing a single man or vehicle. McMaster would be awarded the Silver Star for his actions.
Good job.
He's still alive today, and we hope he watches and likes our video.
Yep, indeed. Hopefully he does. Anyway, my fellow subjects, it's time to end. If you enjoyed this, see you all in the next city event. Farewell. Thanks all for the enjoyable video today. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official